are, of course, heavily quoted on your push for industrialization of the Philippines. Do you not feel, Sonny, that maybe these economists have a point, that maybe if we do let in foreign investors, then that could help our industrialization push?
Actually, the biggest part of foreign investment ever since the 1960s has been to manufacturing. Right now, there's at least $17 billion in foreign manufacturing investment in the country. But again, I have to go back to the data from the PSA. Manufacturing has fallen to its smallest share of the economy in 75 years. Despite 100% foreign ownership, despite the biggest part of foreign investment coming to the manufacturing sector. And actually, I think that's a very, very important case in point, because right now, the majority of manufacturing reported in the Philippines is not even Filipino, depending on whose data set you look at, the PSA or the World Bank or maybe even the Business World top 1,000 corporations. Anywhere from 55 to as much as 75% of manufacturing that they take in the Philippines is not actually even Filipino. So they're low value added, they're not actually integrated in the domestic economy. They're probably like export enclaves, benefiting from all the perks and incentives given them. But then, they're not here to develop the Philippines. They're here to make a profit. If they see a profit elsewhere, they will leave. They will drop the Philippines like a hot potato. And there's a clear point. It's not that we lack foreign investment. That's why we're underdeveloped. It's because we lack an industrial policy to make sure we get long-term benefits from foreign investment.
I feel like every time we compare ourselves to other countries, we always miss important nuances. So I did a bit of research and wanted to show you this chart. If we compare Vietnam to the Philippines, and you keep bringing up manufacturing, Vietnam has overtaken us in manufacturing. They have three things going for them, right? They have low labor costs. They have invested heavily in education. So if you compare their PISA ranking, as of last tally, which is 2022 results, they were 31st out of 81 countries, and we were very near the bottom. And then also check out the minimum wage as well. There's a huge difference in daily minimum wage. That's according to the Employers Confederation of the Philippines. My point about all of this is we are already behind on all of these metrics. Therefore, in order to compete, shouldn't we then be doing something different, i.e., relaxing equity restrictions?
Yeah, I think Vietnam is a good case in point. The metric for development is not actually their foreign investment. The metric for development is exactly what you mentioned. Vietnam right now is about 25% manufacturing share of GDP. That's just behind Thailand and Myanmar. It's the third highest in the region. And that's exactly what we should be looking at. Not the amount of foreign investment that comes in, but what contribution does that foreign investment make for making the Philippines an industrial power. So that's exactly where we want the question should be asked. Not do everything to bring foreign investment in. Because if you give everything to foreign investment, they're here for a profit. That's not good or bad. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. I think that's not about them being an angel or a demon. They're here to make a profit. But it's a government responsibility. If they let foreign investment in, there should be real technology transfer, not just lip service. There should be real reinvestment in the local economy. It should be support to local manufacturers, maybe as sources of input. And Vietnam is a good example because a lot of people say that, oh, look, Vietnam has opened up. Actually, right now, Vietnam is much more close than the Philippines. And one probably big example of why Vietnam is so attractive to foreign investors is because their generation distribution is not just close to foreign investors, it's close to the private sector. It's state-owned distribution and transmission. So for us, the whole point is it's not about attracting foreign investment. It's about making sure you build manufacturing, exactly like the point you made. And the Philippines right now, we're the second worst manufacturing in Asia, in Southeast Asia.